this once. And I want to
subscribe.
Car D Kaizoku.
This video is sponsored by Sleeve Chief. There's a major restock coming for a lot of their popular sleeves, and they're going to be releasing a new Enel, Dawn sleeve, and Hollow sleeve as well. Use code KAIZOKU for an additional 5% off your order. Alright, we're going to be doing a market review for the period of July 6th to July 24th. So just about 3 weeks. I think that's a good enough time to see like significant changes in the prices of cards and stuff. So any news since the last market review? Well, the entirety of Premium Booster 1 has been revealed, right? That's the reprint set. Those reprints, the choices that they put in that set may affect the prices of the previous cards. There was some like manga rare FUD going around too that manipulated the prices just for like a day. Like it was a rumor that I think people thought that there was a guaranteed manga in each case, but that turned out to not be the case. Or well, that turned out to not be true about the case. Yeah, case has two different meanings in this context, so I should differentiate it. And yeah, I think that dropped all the manga rares by quite a bit just for a day, and then people realized, oh, that was like misinformation, so it probably stabilized back to how it used to be. We'll see in the market review. And yeah, if you like what you see or what you're about to see and you want access to it yourself, to check out my market review dashboard that I built it out by myself. I coded everything, I scraped everything, I displayed the data, and I did all the calculations, fancy stuff. You can get access to it if you're a marketeer patron on my Patreon. I'll have it linked in the description below. Without further ado, let's take a look at the movers for the period of, again, July 6th to July 24th. And in case you're a new subscriber and maybe you're just new to my market review videos in general, I'll explain what the movers page is. So it's the increases and decreases for the period you select. So I set it to July 6th to July 24th here. I do have data going back to, I believe, like October 2023. So yeah, nearly a year of data. And that's just when I started this project. So that's the date that I started storing this data. And what you can filter this tab by is by the card type. So usually we exclude promos from here because promo cards are like wildly expensive and not really cards that are easily accessible, so that most people don't really care about them too much. So we exclude the promos. We can also filter by set. So I have every set here, starter decks too. And then card variant, we have alt arts, normal, SP, manga rare, promo, and so on and so forth. And then we also have the rarity itself. So super rare, leader, rare, secret rare, common, dawn, or uncommon. And I also have a price filter. So I usually exclude anything under $5 just because a card that went from like 20 cents to 40 cents, that's like a 100% increase, but in reality it's only 20 cents. So I figured people don't really care too much about that. That's what I personally exclude them for that reason. So let's take a look at the biggest increases for this period. And it looks like, oh, the top 3 cards are all Nami cards. What the heck? The Gooners have made a resurgence for this. So Leader Nami makes sense because I think Leader Nami got top 8 at a few regionals, the store regionals recently. In this much slower meta, Nami does do pretty well. Red Purple Law is not as dominant in the 07 meta. He will be in 08 if it follows the East trend. But yeah, currently in 07, just every other deck seems to do pretty well against Red Purple Law. Well, Red Purple Law is still a strong deck. He just runs into consistency issues, which you really kind of don't want in like a tournament setting. So because of that, like every other deck is like a slow removal deck in Lucci or like Enel, like a stall deck. And Bonnie just waits until the end game to play big characters. Nami has a chance to shine. She can deck herself out before your opponent can kill her. So yeah, that explains the $24 increase, 16%. Onami, the SP card from 07, also went up 20 bucks. I think she dropped to like almost 100 at one point. Let's take a look. I had that functionality too. There's a graph on the bottom that shows the entire history of the price of the card. It's an interactive dashboard too. So if you click Onami, it shows only Onami's price. So we'll take a look. She started off at 165. She dropped, okay, like 125-ish at her lowest, and then slowly climbing back up. She went up about 20 bucks since then, sitting at 144 right now. We also see the alt art Nami go up $13. She used to be like near $300 at one point, probably over 300 at her highest. And then I think 01 reprints happened. Someone in the comments confirmed that, yeah, like a lot of the old sets got reprinted. So that explains why she dropped like severely here, right? On June 20th to the 28th, she dropped like over $100 in, not over, but like about $100. And then now she's starting to go back up, recovering. And then the card right after that is a SP Rebecca, up $6. So not too many other increases this period. If the fourth one is a $6 increase only, I'm gonna assume that there's a lot more decreases coming because of that. But yeah, Ichiji also up. Because Repropal Law is not as popular, maybe Reiju is seeing more like opportunity to be played. But that you do run like the risk of like the matchup gambit, right? If you get matched up to a Repropal Law, the stray few Repropal Laws that, well, not few, there's probably a lot, but yeah, you just have a really bad time if you match into your worst matchup compared to every other deck. And when I say worst matchup, that's like putting it lightly. It's like an unwinnable matchup for Reiju. So yeah, 8 cost Katakuri also up, the regular art version. This could be due to Katakuri, the starter deck coming out in Japan. We do start seeing some Katakuris place in like local tournaments pretty highly. Nothing at like a championship series level yet. The Altart Sabo also up. This is like a key card in the Lucci deck. This the 2 cost blocker Shirahoshi Altart also up from EB01. The Altart for the Sabo from the starter deck 13 also up for some reason. There must be some yellow tech in some yellow deck that this card is seeing popularity in, but I don't really follow yellow too much, so you guys are gonna have to explain that one to me. Gekkomori up because Doflamingo is getting incredibly popular these days. Yeah, Reiju up too, probably for the same reason Ichiji is up. Khalifa up because Lucci is good. Porsche up, could be a Reiju reason too. And then, yeah, we're seeing Reiju, Doflamingo, something yellow, and then Lucci cards go up. That's what it looks like here. And yeah, those are all the significant increases. I'll scan the rest real quick right here. Okay, let's take a look at the decreases. So we can do that by clicking here. TCG diff. I have card market data too, but the TCG player prices I have going back further. Why did Shanks get split into 2 separate cards? Okay, there's a parallel manga version and a parallel alternate art version. I'm guessing on TCG player side, I think in OP01 they called it alternate art, but at some point, maybe from 02 onward, they switched to using manga as the terminology. And I think they just went back and then switched it back to manga in 01. We can confirm that by clicking the TCG player link that I have here. If it says manga, then that's what they did. Oh, they call it parallel manga alternate art. So they just keep tacking on keywords. And because of that, since I'm like using that as like a unique identifier, it split it into a couple different versions, it looks like. So that's something I'm gonna have to fix, but it looks like it's only 02 too. So I guess they fixed it from 03 onward. Yeah, some live bug fixing. Just ignore Shanks or anything 01 and 02 for now that are manga rares. It looks like they're like changing up the terminology they use for the card names. Because again, if I'm basing it off just their like card number, Shanks is OP01 120. I can't differentiate if it's like manga rare or altart or the base version. So I have to go off of the card name that they have here. Just a little insight on how I code this. But yeah, ignoring that, let's take a look at Boa. Boa went down $259. That's pretty significant, right? Let's confirm on TCG player. Yep, look at that. 698.72, a steep drop. You can see it in TCG player's graph here too, and also on my dashboard. So that is an insane decrease, 33%. Manga Boa, I don't know, I thought Boa would retain value more because it's a Boa card, and it's a usable card too. But maybe there's just a lot of Boas in the wild. This could also be an effect of that premium booster FUD, like the misinformation going around. Maybe that's why all the manga rares here are down. We also see manga Luffy down 270, manga Law down 138, Oda-san Luffy's down too. Does that count as a manga rare? I don't think so, but it's a rare card. Ooh, the PSA Luffy's down $70, 138-ish. How much is it for a subscription of PSA? It's less than this, right? It has to be, or else like people wouldn't have it if they're not gonna make money flipping it. Just kind of sad. I'd want this card to play it, not to flip it, but since a lot of people just bought it to flip it, which is kind of disappointing. You see a lot of 01 leaders go down. Yeah, every manga rare went down. And again, ignore the aces. That's because they changed how they named the card. Alternate art manga. That it split into 2 different entries in my data. So all the 01 leaders down because of reprints, I guess. 02 leaders down. Okay, here's a new card. 07 Ace Altart down $14. I should have sold mine earlier because I have this guy that I don't need. I already have 4 copies of the base art. This All Sunday from 06 SP card also down. This card is being used more in Repropal Law in the West than she was in the East. So it could be a good chance to bling out your Repropal Law deck. Mongozoro down 2. SP Law, yeah, just a bunch of old 01 and 02 leaders, it seems. I guess there was like a big influx of 01 reprints that are still like being sold. So that explains why these prices are going down. Ooh, Mr. 2 Altart down $75 now. This is technically a Nami card, even if it's not Nami by name. So it's surprising to see it go so cheap. And then 07 Boa Leader down $11. Not as strong a showing in the meta. Lucci down 2. That's interesting. $60. He's cheaper than Boa, even though Lucci is meta. I would even argue top meta. Gecko Moria, 8 cost Gecko Moria down 2, even though it's a top meta card. Is this because of 06 and 07 reprints? Well, it can't be an 07 reprint because the set just came out. But yeah, he doesn't have the waifu factor. He has the furry factor, but I guess furries aren't coming out in droves to boost up his price. Ooh, Bonnie down 2, even though she's won quite a few store regionals. So yeah, a lot stronger than people were expecting in the hands of Western players. Nearly the same price as Boa. So yeah, for the same price that you would... If you had to pick between Boa and Bonnie, and you want to play meta, Bonnie Leader is the choice to pick up. Ooh, Rush Zoro is $78. Wasn't this guy like crazy expensive? Like almost 200 bucks? This is surprisingly really cheap. Let's take a look at the history, because we can do that. Okay, at his peak, okay, 140, not 200 like I thought. But yeah, that's like almost half of his peak price. The biggest decrease was from June, that 01 reprint wave coming out. Dropped from 113 to 78, where he's at right now. Maybe a good time to bling out. Well, I guess you could put him in a Zoro deck, but Red Purple Law, you could run 2 copies at least. But other than that, yeah, that's probably another reason why he's down. Even though he's a Zoro card and the art is really sick, he's just not using any deck at the moment. That's like a top meta deck. The decreases are still in like the $9 range, even in the 40s. That's pretty crazy. The card game is just getting cheaper in general. Anything else to note here? This Wanted poster Luffy down. Oh, it's a Luffy card though. I guess 03 reprints. Yeah, this is probably just a symptom, not a symptom, a result of all the reprints. So we're gonna see a bunch of decreases. If we scroll to the hundreds, what's the decrease amount? $3 still in the 100 range. So yeah, just everything cheaper in general. So the best time to pick up cards is now, it seems. Let's take a look at the expected value of 07, because we looked at that last time and we concluded that it was not worth it. So how is it nowadays? If you want like a refresher on how I calculate this and what all these numbers mean, you can see my last market review video. I don't want to go over it in every video that I look at the expected value. And I made sure that it shows on the bottom this time. Okay, so it looks like the weighted average is 113. I think that is higher than it was last time. No, it was like 115 last time, so it stayed the same. But I do know that sealed boxes have gotten a lot cheaper on TCG Player. Let's take a look how much one costs now. So here, this is not the correct price. I took a look earlier. Like, I don't know, they treat people just making their own bundles here, like a 6 booster pack bundle as like a booster box. I wish they didn't allow this. This makes it really confusing. But I'm going to have to assume that this one is the lowest listed actual OP07 booster box at $107.98. So actually, surprisingly, for the first time, it is looking like it's worth it to pick up a box of 07. On average, you'll hit like $113 worth of value. And yeah, if it's 107 to pick up a box, 108. I mean, the fact that it's cheaper than the expected value means you'll make money already. On average, it's not guaranteed. Still, it's still gamble, so be wary of that. But yeah, on average, you'll make like $5, unless it costs $5 for it to ship. But yeah, the highest value box you can get on average is 148. So you're making like 30-ish on that. 40-ish? No, 50-ish. I should learn how to add. No, 40-ish. So yeah, this is probably surprisingly the only time I will recommend buying sealed 07 product. According to my math, it seems worth it on average. Again, disclaimer, the worst value box you can get on average is a Altart secret rare box. You on average get $86 from that kind of box, so be wary of that. And also be wary of buying from sources that have like tampered with their cases, right? You want to buy from a source that is truly randomly selling you boxes from a untouched case, and not people selling from a case where like they already got the boxes that have the leaders in it, and then they're just selling the leftover boxes that they know won't have an SP card or leader in it, because it is predetermined. So yeah, buy from a source that you trust. If it's around this 107 price, maybe your shop will price match. I don't know. You could try asking them. I'm curious, is 06 worth it at the moment? Okay, so 06 box on average is worth $94. That's even less than 07. Let's take a look at an 06 box. Okay, sealed booster box is $95.87, $94.51. Yeah, it's pretty much worth it. You're getting your money's worth at the moment. It looks like the markets have, with the reprints, have like kind of balanced to their true price. There's no like scalp factor going on. It looks like that is very good news. Let's take a look at EB01 too while we're at it. The 92.59. Let's take a look at EB01. Okay, EB01 may not be worth it. It's 110, but average value is 93, 92. So you're paying like the $10, $20 premium to maybe get the best value box, which is on average 103. So it's, yeah, EB01 doesn't seem worth it. 06, 07 seem definitely worth it at the moment, especially 07. Maybe I should pick up a few. Alright, that's all I had for this video. I want to keep it short. And again, if you like what you saw on this dashboard and want to be able to filter it and look at the other tabs yourself, you can get access to it by being a Marketeer patron on my Patreon. I'll link it in the description. I'll send you the invite via email so you can look at this dashboard on your own. You can even use it to make your own market review videos if you want. I just made the tool. You guys are allowed to do whatever you want with it. And yeah, I hope this information was interesting. Hope it piqued your interest. It seems my market review videos don't do as well as my gameplay videos, but I still like making these, and I'm proud of the dashboard I made too. It's a lot of hard work I put into it, so I'm gonna still make these market review videos even if they don't get watched. But if you are watching this, I appreciate it. If you want to share it with other people who care about the market, I would appreciate that too. And yeah, if you're watching this somehow and you're not subscribed already, do give me a subscribe. I do market review videos, I do pack openings, I do gameplay videos, deck breakdowns, guides, and I do reactions to games, reactions to new cards, just like everything under the sun revolving the One Piece card game. And if you like the way I speak about it too, I guess. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.
Card Kaizoku.